Boom. What's up, you guys? It's Royce Jacob, and welcome back to Waves Capital. In this video, we're going to be talking about a stock that just smoked their earnings report by going smoke-free, and that's Philip Morris. We're going to touch on the earnings report itself, talk about what investors were so excited about. We're going to dive into the charts, and I'll let you guys know how much higher I think Philip Morris can climb in the short term and, medium and long term as well. And then I want to reflect on our trade because if you're a member of the portfolio, if you're a member of the newsletter group, then you would know that this has been one of the largest positions in our portfolio for the majority of 2025. Actually, I can pull up this little, I'm going to record an Uber video after this, but I have actually a glimpse of the position on February 5th, just a few days ago before the earnings report. You can see it right here. 25 contracts of these calls with this expiration date and that strike price. Altered a little bit, locked in some profits, which were already 500% up from our initial purchase before the earnings report. So you can just imagine how well this went. So we'll celebrate a little bit at the end. But just up top, if you guys want to join the portfolio and newsletter group, if you want to know exactly what I'm trading on a daily basis, this is the wrong video. If you want some Gatsby cheers in the future, and if you want to ride the momentum that we have in 2025, because it has been a life-changing year so far, it's the first link in the description of the video. Okay, so that said, let's take a look at this was really just kind of the opening image, but it really is, you guys. This is the story of this earnings report. It's ZYN, and this is the reason that we initially started trading Philip Morris back in April of 2024, which is crazy. So it's almost been a year that we've traded this. Made an amazing trade that became one of our best trades of 2025, along with Palantir of 2024. Along with Palantir at Waves Capital, and it was on the back of ZYN. Seeing ZYN take over the cultural zeitgeist, seeing ZYN flying off the shelves in the local stores, real boots on the ground stuff. But that's really the name of the game here. That's the story here as well. And let's just quickly touch on this, and then we'll dive into the charts, and I'll talk to you about price. Okay, so Philip Morris stock touches record high as Outlook tops Wall Street estimates. The tobacco giant cites boost from smokeless products such as ZYN nicotine pouch. Philip Morris cited growth in IQOS, its inhalable smoke-free product, as well as ZYN nicotine pouches, which won FDA authorization in 2024. We hope that our other pending FDA applications will be accelerated, Chief Executive Jack J.O. said in a prepared statement. Philip Morris said it expects to generate adjusted full-year 2025 earnings of $7.04 a share to $7.17 per share, ahead of FactSet consensus estimate of $6.99 per share. So that's a significant jump in EPS. Adjusted additionally for expected currency impact, Philip Morris expects 2025 earnings of $7.26 a share to $7.39. Okay, so looking amazing here, you guys. Just go check. You can just Google Philip Morris earnings if you want to go into the depths of this earnings report, but that's not the focus of this video. We've already done that a lot in these newsletters and stuff. So on that note, things are looking bullish. Things are very clearly looking up for Philip Morris, and the stock is reflecting that. Even after I was trading on Friday, the stock is looking incredibly impressive. So I am optimistic that we can get another leg higher in the short term. And really, that's what I'm going to talk about here as far as technicals go. We are in blue skies. If we zoom out, you can see here that Philip Morris is now in blue sky territory. This is a new high. So when you reach a new high, that is what's known as blue sky territory in trading. And that's because there are no historical levels of resistance to stand in the path of the technicals. That being said, there are still some short-term technicals that we can look at, and that's what you can see in front of us. So here it's very evident that Philip Morris is in somewhat of an ascending channel, but it's almost an ascending megaphone channel. You can see because it's flaring out a little bit in the shape of a megaphone. It's called a megaphone channel for a reason. I think that it's possible that we do make our way to the top line of resistance on this megaphone channel. If we see that in the days, in the week, in the weeks ahead, like if we do have a second wave in us, if we do get another wave higher in the short term, especially, if tech stocks falter, which I think is very likely. You can see Apple down 2.4%. Our largest put position in the Waves portfolio also have for a lot of 2025, has also given us so many gains with those puts. So I'm thankful for that as well. The whole portfolio is just crushing it. And I don't say that to brag or anything. I'm just saying that as a cheers to many of you guys who I know are members of the portfolio. But yeah, if tech sells off, a lot of that capital is going to want to find a home. Capital is going to want to be invested. Trading puts is definitely not for everyone. So if things are flowing out of big tech, and if the AI cycle starts slowing down, which I also think is possible, then that's going to want to find a home in these the value sectors of the market, like Philip Morris, like Altria, which I actually want to take a look at really quickly after this, because MO or Altria, while nowhere near as bullish fundamentally or technically, definitely fundamentally. Technically, it is kind of looking bullish, to be honest. So we'll take a look at that, though. But they're going to want to capital coming out of growth tech is going to want to find a home in value sectors of the market. That's how it typically works. That's a cyclical macro rotation that we see. And I think that could be happening into the month of March. So that's good news. There's just a lot of stars aligning, even more so right now for Philip Morris. And I think that although, just to caveat all this, the pullback is always possible. Maybe we fall back to, $1.30, $1.35. That's entirely possible, you guys. I'm not going to discount that. But again, the momentum is clearly in favor of the bulls here. And I think it's very possible that we do make our way up as high as 160. I don't have it here, but I just saw it was one of the big banks. I want to say Morgan Stanley. Could be completely wrong. Just go look it up. Analyst upgraded Philip Morris. They just upgraded their share, their average price per share, or their fair value for the shares at $1.67. So although I don't like just the technicals, I'm a technical guy. I go by the technicals and fundamental momentum, but the technicals rule all. I do think that $1.60 is possible. I think that we could see it by, potentially mid-February, mid to late February, all depending upon when we test that line. But I do think that we will test this line of resistance, that this definitely will act as resistance in the case that we do get this second wave higher. So if you guys are trading Philip Morris, draw these trend lines on your charts. As always, remember, make them conservative. I do have a members exclusive YouTube video discussing conservative and absolute trend lines. We can maybe even bring this down a smidge just to make it even more conservative. So draw this line if you're trading it, and keep enjoying the ride, because I think more upside is ahead. Okay, so MO, we'll keep it short and sweet. You can see here that MO really bouncing back from that post-earnings sell-off, which in my opinion is very good news, similar to what Uber just did, and I'll cover that in the next video if you guys end up seeing that. But I also like seeing that MO is hugging this line of broken long-term support as new resistance. And I've said this in a recent video, when you see a significant trend line broken only to be kind of questioned and hugged against, that's usually a good sign. If you're not seeing a break of support, got this retest, the fact that we didn't sell off, especially after this earnings report, is very, very bullish news. And that's branching into kind of fundamental / technicals, but that's just what I've observed after a decade of staring at charts all the time. Okay, so from here, we do have a pretty, it's a little janky, but in my eyes, this is a pretty clean psychological inverse head and shoulders pattern that is a bullish pattern. I think this can take us up to at least this prior untested low of about 54.50, 54.60, this yellow line right here, 3.5%, 4%, with the best case scenario. And I think this is possible, you guys, especially if, again, we get that sell off in growth tech. If this inverse head and shoulders pattern really resolves itself, I think we can make our way up pretty easily to 56 to 57.50. Okay. I don't want to say easy, because that wouldn't be easy. That would be pretty optimistic. Optimistic would actually be a break back into this long-term macro ascending channel. And then, 60 plus, which I actually think is possible if everything that I just said a few times now ends up coming to fruition. So we'll see if that happens. But, I will say that in the Waves portfolio, as many of you know, we do have MO calls as well. Okay. Philip Morris crushing it, MO crushing it. Our Apple puts crushing it. It's been an amazing month, and I really look forward to what the rest of the month of February, March, April, May has in store for us, because 2025 has already been a life-changing year at Waves Capital. And cheers to you guys. If you're members, again, if you're thinking about it, and check it out. It is the first link in the description of this video. My complete portfolio, daily trade alerts, email newsletters. Come join the team. It's $15 a month. And, if not, It's all good. I hope you gained some value from this video. Let me know in the comments downstairs what you think about all this. If you're bullish on ZYN, if you're bullish on Philip Morris, and I'll see you down there. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.